In America, everyone believes in the apocalypse. The only question is whether Jesus or global warming will get here first. My name is Barrett Gross, and I'm the co-author with my wife Mel Gillis of The Last Myth, What the Rise of Apocalyptic Thinking Tells Us About America. We began writing the book in 2004, soon after George W. Bush's re-election, when there was a lot of hand-wringing in the media about the influence of evangelical Christians upon the Bush administration. But at the same time, we noticed that among the left, there was a lot of apocalyptic worry as well, and a lot of resorting to the apocalyptic storyline to talk about climate change and peak oil and some of the real threats facing us. And so rather than dismissing the apocalypse as simply the beliefs of the religious right, we began to see it as an idea that unites all Americans. The apocalypse has played a central role in the American story since the very beginning. Christopher Columbus, on his return journeys to the Americas, believed he would find the Garden of Eden here, and that was believed at the time to be a prerequisite for the return of Christ. In the 1840s, an Irishman by the name of John Nelson Darby really developed the idea that we know today as the rapture, but that idea was popularized by an American by the name of Cyrus Scofield, who published a Bible called the Scofield Reference Bible, which sold millions of copies in the 20th century and really brought the idea of the rapture to the masses. The second great contribution that America has made to the idea of the apocalypse is another great American invention, the atomic bomb. The detonation of the first atomic bomb in 1945 really brought the idea of an imminent end to the world out of the religious world and into the secular mainstream. We only need to look at American popular culture today to understand how much apocalyptic anxiety is on the rise in the past decade. Nowadays, the apocalypse is used to sell Chevy trucks during the Super Bowl. The problem with applying the apocalyptic storyline to many of the crises we faced in the 21st century is that we often choose the wrong course of action in response to it. The rise of apocalyptic entertainment reflects a deep anxiety about the end of the American century. In America, where there's a strong sense of individuality and independence, we very often see a survivalist response, or what is known today as prepping. There are more than 3 million preppers in the United States, and there's certainly nothing wrong with being prepared for disaster. But in many respects, this is a short-sighted response because there's no amount of food or ammunition that you can stockpile in preparation for long-term climate change. And we believe that if more people were able to look at how the apocalyptic storyline influences their thinking, that we could begin to move beyond it and address the problems before us and not fear the future, but learn to embrace it